welcome back. I am back from vacation. Kind of sad. I was sort of ready, I guess. Not really. I don't know. The transition was a little rough. Coming back into, I guess, real life. But today I actually have a kind of a neat video, my very first request video. So I had probably, I don't know, midway through my vacation, I had a request. I've got his name here, or his username, from James22939. He commented on my suitcase video asking me to do a review of the suitcases and to show how well they zip, and just my overall thoughts and opinions on my suitcase. And I'm ecstatic to be able to do so. So thank you for your request. I'm glad to gush over my suitcases. I will say the box suitcase isn't actually mine, it's my mom's, and it was new to us, so that was actually its first voyage. I don't think I remembered to give an update on the backpacks, so at the very end of this I'll do a sort of mini review over the backpacks as well. So if you want to hang out and hear my reviews on the backpacks, you can do that, and if not, then you can quit watching after the suitcase review. So I will switch over and we'll get started with the simpler one, the box suitcase. Alright, so this is the box suitcase. These are the most common, the traditional ones. Like I said before, this is actually my mom's suitcase. So this was our supply suitcase, which I showed in the what am I packing in my suitcase videos. So both this one and the Dakine will be empty. I have been home a couple days, so I have already unpacked. So with the review, I'm going to use the zippers to show that they are, or like what the working order of the zippers are. These are actually pretty substantial zippers. They're pretty thick, pretty big. Since this was a check bag, well, with this one and the Dakine, we didn't put anything in the outer pockets because it did get checked. So it is a brand new bag. So it's a little catchy right there, but it works quite well still. So zippers are nice. The extension's actually already out, but that one works still quite well. If you wanted to expand your bag, which I don't think we used at all. This one's the main compartment, which, do I have it? I have it backwards. So, so even empty, the zippers work quite well, or at least the outside zippers. This is the pocket we put the Ziploc bags in. Again, the zippers are really well done. These are just normal zippers. I think I put my bounce sheets for the laundry in here. Again, really nice and smooth zippers. I guess there's a pocket here, but we didn't use this at all. You could put probably receipts or change or whatever you want. Little things you don't want to get lost in here. Straps if you want to tie your stuff down. We didn't use those at all. So other than that, it's a wide open deal. If you can, oops, wrong direction. Wide open, 4 independently spinning wheels. I do like that aspect. The Dakine does not have that. It's what I call a tip and drag. These you just push. The downfall to what this is we packed it incorrectly. I guess there's a learning curve for these types of suitcases. We had all the weight up here, so when I pushed it, it was trying to tip over. On the way back, we packed the weight down here, and it was much easier to maneuver. So there is a right way and a wrong way to pack it. I've never had one of these types of suitcases, so I did not know, and it really didn't occur to me until it was constantly trying to tip over, and it was highly frustrating when we were trying to get to where we needed to go. But I do really like the four-wheel aspect, to where you're pushing it, you're not dragging and holding the weight. My Dakine was 47 pounds, and you're holding that weight and you're dragging it, and it's heavy. Your arms get tired, you're switching back and forth, you're worn out, or at least I was worn out trying to drag that through the airport, and it's tiring, especially because I was pushing this thing too, and it was trying to tip over. So I wasn't impressed with this going to the airport. Coming home, once I realized what the problem was, it was a lot easier to maneuver. So I'm not used to this type of bag, so now that I know, it would be a lot easier to maneuver. If it was more organizational on the inside like the Dakine was, I'd be more inclined to go this way. I do wish my Dakine had wheels like this, so I wouldn't have to drag it like I do on just the two wheels. So overall, this bag did a really good job. It did what we needed to. It packed our supplies down with no problem. Nothing was crushed more than what we thought it would be. It packed our precious souvenirs back with absolutely no problem. There's nothing broken or anything. It's pretty sturdy. It's kind of a heavier weight, maybe like plastic, canvas almost. So kind of a hard plastic on the inside. So I mean, it's durable. It's a nice way. This is easily cleaned on the inside. There's a lot of good things to say about this bag. Overall, this was great for what we needed it for. There are handles. There's a handle on the side that kind of pulls out so you can carry it. Let's zip this back up. There's a handle up here, and then of course the handle that comes out there. There's a hidden, kind of pulls out a little rough for your name tag and stuff. I don't even think we even realized it was there until later, but it clicks in and out. And then yeah, your 4 independent wheels. I think this is so you can set them, you can set it on its side, and it gives it a little bit more support. There's really not that many handles, so that's kind of a downfall, but it is kind of a smaller bag, so maybe that's why. You've really only got the one on the side and the one on the top. But since it's smaller, maybe that's why you could either carry it like a briefcase or carry it on the top. My Dakine has several handholds, but it's also pretty gigantic. For what it is, it's a great bag. If I had to choose for price point, a Dakine versus this, I would go with this, just simply because you can get these for $30–40 versus a Dakine that would spend, you know, $180 to $220. So and this is gonna do just fine if you can use the packing cubes and stuff to keep yourself organized. I could do it that way. I'm quite partial to my Dakine, so that's kind of coloring my opinion, making me a bit biased for the suitcase. But this worked phenomenally for what we used it for, and I have no complaints on this, other than you have to make sure you're packing it correctly, because if you pack your weight too much at the top, it will tip over, and it's very frustrating to try to push it through a bunch of people, and then it's constantly tipping over because you've got just a little bit too much weight at the top. That was probably my one big negative for this bag. So, but yeah, zippers are super smooth, and then other than the making sure the distribution of weight is where it needs to be, and pushing it around after you've put most of the weight at the bottom, I had no issues with this bag. Overall thoughts on the bag is it's a good bag. It's not for me, but it is a bag that most people do find is good for them. So it may end up being something that I look into as a smaller, longer weekend bag, just simply because it's within my price point. So that's my thoughts and feelings on this bag, because it did do a very good job, and it's so much easier to push than dragging the Dakine around. And then I will switch over to the Dakine. Alright, the Dakine. So, kind of my pride and joy. I've had this for, I don't know, probably around 8 years. So since, a lot like the box suitcase, I didn't put anything in the outer pockets because it is a check bag. You might be able to see it is kind of dirty. It's a heavy canvas bag. I'll do the outside zippers real quick. And just like the other one, it is empty. That's why it looks all sort of, I don't know, sunken in on itself, because it is empty. So the one, I guess, big downfall to this bag, as maybe you can see it, it's gigantic. Like, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a catch-22. I think it's a 100-liter bag. At the time, it cost me around $180. I haven't checked prices or anything lately. So it's good because it's big, so it carries all my stuff, but it's bad because it's big and it takes up a lot of storage space that I don't have. So that's kind of again, a catch-22. But it's reinforced with heavy plastic on the corners. The wheels here, these are the only 2 wheels, which is why I call it the tip and drag, because I'm tipping it and pulling it on the only 2 wheels that it has. So the weight of the bag is really in your hand, unlike the 4 wheels the other suitcase has, where the 4 wheels are what's carrying the weight. There are 2 handholds on the top, so these help you. I use them to pick them up and essentially throw it into the back of the car, so that helps. There is another handle here, so you can use it as like the briefcase hold, and then there's yet another one on the top. So there are several handholds to help you get a hold of it. There's actually yet another one on the bottom, which is also the stand, so when you tip it on its end, it supports the bag instead of having the bag set itself on the floor. So you can hold it in a multitude of different ways because there are several different handles, but this bag is also gigantic. There are the cinch straps, so if you want to pull it down and cinch it tight. So they are just normal, buckles. They're maybe heavy duty compared to what some of the other ones are. They are integrated through the loops of the handles here. Cast those aside, and then this is the main zipper. So a smooth zipper, considering it is about 8 years old. I've not had any catches or anything with any of these zippers. And while I said it is empty, it's technically not truly empty. There are things that permanently live in the bag because it's my permanent travel stuff, I guess you'll say. My travel fan, water bottles, stuff like that. So I'll start farthest away from me, zipper wise, I guess. So the zipper was smooth there, considering that's an awkward one-hand thing. So compartment-wise, you can throw them back if you want to throw the mesh out of your way. That way it's not in your way when you're packing. I mean, super smooth zipper pulls. And considering it's empty, the fact that it's a smooth pull for the zipper is kind of surprising. When it's full and there's tension on the zippers, they're even easier because it's pulling on the zipper. So since this is a little closer, it's sort of makes me think of like baby changing material that or like diaper bag sort of canvas. That way it's super easy to wipe up spills, it's easy to clean. This actually comes out, I think. Yeah, because it hides the bars and stuff underneath. So if you needed to wash it, it will come out. It's velcroed in there. So if you needed to clean it for any reason, you could pull that out. These are my packing cubes that stay in there. I bought them off of eBags to try to match my suitcase colors. I do have purple ones somewhere. They're just not here in the bag. So, incredibly smooth with the zippers. Again, this bag is like 8 years old. So the fact that the zippers still pull incredibly smooth that way is pretty impressive, especially when it's empty. The mesh is, I think it's made, it's like some YKK or some special mesh. It's designed not to tear or rip or whatever, and as far as I know, I don't actually have any tears or rips in the mesh. So that's also pretty impressive considering how long I've had it and kind of the, I don't know, like for what it's gone through in the years that I've had it. I don't treat my stuff like roughly or anything, but I mean, it is handled, it's not handled super delicately either, so it's handled the years very nicely, I guess is how I will word it. I love this mesh organization. I like to be, I'm organized as a person, but I like to be able to kind of carelessly organize. So I don't have to overthink and how exactly am I going to organize something, which is how I feel like I'd have to do with the box one. I would have to think about how I'm going to organize it. This organizes it for me. I don't really have to think too hard because it's already organized before I even touch it. So I like that thought a lot. So I feel like that's, I would call this a carelessly organized bag, that I can organize it without even truly meaning to organize. With a box one suitcase, I would have to purposely organize and think about how I'm going to organize my space, because there's nothing in the box suitcase to help me organize. I would have to organize myself, which I could do. It's just I like this system so much better. The three major things that I would say that are bad about this bag, if you want to call it that, is it takes up a ton of storage space. I think the new like designs of these are, this is called a split roller, a Dakine split roller bag. So the new designs are actually made to be space saving. So if you buy a new one, or you buy one of these now, you're not going to have this trouble. I think the space it takes is about this amount, because the lid folds down into the bottom, and it takes up just this amount of space, and it'll easily go under a bed. What I have now won't fit under my bed. It's way too big. So the cons to my bag is it's too big, it takes up too much storage space. it's a super expensive price point. I paid 180 at least dollars for this. For a bag like this, I think the new ones, I'm pretty sure they go anywhere from like $150 to $220. That's incredibly expensive, but it's a wonderful product and it lasts a really long time. So it's an investment and it will be worth it in the long run. And then the third con is I wish they had the, let me close it here. I wish they had the 4 independent wheels instead of these, because you have to do the tip and drag instead of just being able to push. So for a bag this large, you have to take on the weight of the bag. So for a 47-pound bag, because I'm pretty sure mine was 47 pounds going to Disney, I had to carry 47 pounds on one hand, or one arm. I was exhausted. Like, I was incredibly worn out trying to push one suitcase that I had loaded incorrectly and it was trying to tip over, plus a 47-pound bag, and trying to drag that through an airport full of people. Like, that was a lot. So if the wheels would change, I know the price won't ever come down. I mean, it is worth it in the long run. It just seems like a lot of money all at one time. And then they already fixed the first one, that the storage, it takes up less space now. So I'm not gonna repurchase the same bag. I already have the bag. So I'm more than okay with the bag that I have, other than my storage. So if you purchased a bag right now, your storage would be just the bottom piece. Your price would be the same, somewhere in the 180 to 210 range, and then you would still have just the 2 wheels. But definitely worth it in my opinion. But that is my Dakine bag, and I absolutely adore this bag. If it came down to price, I would go with the box ones. If price is makes no difference, then I would stick to a Dakine. They make backpacks, they make duffel bags, they make small suitcases, they make like valise bags. I mean, they make a little bit of everything. So they are more pricey, but they are usually limited life warranties. I'm not sure what exactly is the limited part of the warranties. I've never truly looked at it, but I've never needed it before. But yeah, this is my go-to bag. But yeah, that's my review on the suitcases. Both were very, very helpful. I can't say enough good things about Dakine, but the box suitcase was extremely helpful, considering it packed down our supplies, which we devoured, and it brought back all of our precious goods, which was our souvenirs, and we had no trouble with any of that. So I'm going to rearrange again, and then I will do the review on the backpacks. So if you don't want to see or watch the backpack ones, then thank you for watching the suitcase video, and I hope you'll like and subscribe to my channel. And then if you want to stick around for the backpacks, then I will rearrange and do that here in a sec. Okay, so the backpacks. Now, if you saw what am I packing in my backpack video, I said that I would try to remember to give an update on whether I was gonna keep with this backpack or not, and I forgot. To be honest, I did not feel well for most of the vacation, which was unfortunate. Probably about half of it I didn't feel very well. Through really no fault of my own, I couldn't have done anything. I luck of the draw, I guess, for me. So yay. Probably like the third or fourth day in, I was getting over that, and then my neck was jacked up. So probably my biggest complaint about the resort was their pillows. So for the amount of people that come through there, they spend lots and lots of money all year round. They don't, or can't, I don't even know, they don't change their pillows out. So we had flat as a pancake pillows. So I actually called down to the front desk and I requested 3 firm pillows, 1 for each of us. My mom actually travels with a Tempur-Pedic pillow, like a travel one, because she absolutely has to have a good pillow because her neck is more messed up than mine. And Jessie had like a crick in her neck before she even came down, and she needed a better pillow. And I was told, and this is verbatim what I was told from the front desk, is that they didn't have firm pillows per se. They could only give us pillows that were less used. So I was just like, okay, I mean, I guess we'll take those. I need 3 of them. So they came to our room probably less than 5 minutes later with 2 pillows, not 3 like I requested, and they were probably in worse condition than the ones we had in our room. So that led us to, I'll do the show in the haul video, but that led Jessie and I to buying like little decor pillows because they were way more firm than the pillows that were in our room. So because of this, I actually had to stop wearing this one, which was the Sling Bag. I actually wore this way longer than I was thinking I was going to, because in the video I said I didn't think I was going to make it past the first day with this. And I wore this on the travel day, and then I wore the other one for Universal, which I already knew I was going to because it was the bigger bag. And then I actually wore this probably 2 or 3 days after that, and then that's when my neck started to hurt. So I pretty much had tension from like right behind my ear all the way down and into my shoulder, just straight down, from not feeling well, and then from the pillows and not being able to sleep properly because the pillows were messing everything up. And I couldn't do anything, like using 2 pillows, using 3 pillows, using no pillows, 1 pillow, didn't matter. And it was just messing everything up. So I had to switch from the Sling Bag to the other one. But in the days that I was using it, it was pretty great. The one big downfall is it's a sling. If it had 2 straps, I would have used it the whole time. It was great. Like, even with the sling, it was actually pretty awesome because I could just essentially eject out of it. So it's got like this feature, so it would go over my shoulder and then I would just click into it. And then I think I switched shoulders at one point. Yeah, so because I was trying really hard to wear it and it just got to the point where I couldn't. So this strap is made to pull the tension off of my neck. So I could click into it and then go. And then when I needed to essentially disengage from it, I could click off and then go. So I didn't have to sit there and keep pulling it up and over my head over and over again. So I really liked that part of it. I just had to be careful where this strap went so I didn't swing off and hit like a kid or something. That's a whoops, you know. So I just had to be careful not to let this strap go and swing out behind me and hit somebody. But I tried really hard because this strap started on this shoulder. Because it is reversible, you can switch it from different side. So I had started on this shoulder and I tried so hard to use the bag because I liked it. The size was nice. It's just this much too small, but like I tried really hard to use it, and it had everything I needed in it. I didn't need anything more. Cup holder, or what cup holder? Water bottle holder. And then you know, it held anything I needed. The zippers were good, you know, on it. It doesn't have too many pockets. I had my pins in here, but I ended up using my mom's pins more often than I was using mine. So technically they were the same cache of pins. We just separated them out, a little bit in my backpack and some in her backpack. Hers were just easier to get to because I had to take my backpack off to get to them, and hers were hanging off of hers, so I could just get to them a little easier. So if it wasn't for the neck problems that I started getting due to the pillows, I would have stayed in this longer. So I did carry it for probably 4 days, and then I had to switch because it was just pulling too much tension in my neck. It was giving me headaches. I couldn't deal with it anymore. My mom is actually the one that was like, you need to switch your backpack. You're not allowed to carry this one anymore. She carried hers, her gray one, pretty much the whole time. I think maybe toward the end she switched to the 2-strap, because this one with the 2-strap, the weight distributes better because obviously there's 2 straps. So it was, and then you've got the chest, or like the sternum clip, so then it helps pull the weight off because it clips here, and then it pulls some of the weight off your shoulders, and that helped quite a bit. It helped pull the tension off my neck, and then once we got the decor pillow to sleep, then my neck problems started going away. So this bag ended up helping a little bit better because it held way more stuff. And then I didn't fill it, but then I started carrying more snacks with me, and you know, eating those snacks versus buying snacks in the park and stuff such as that. So in the end, again, the pockets on here are really nice. These bags were brand new. Actually, well, this one wasn't. This was my uncle's bag, but this one was well used and broke in. So if I had to choose a bag, I'd probably just take this one back. This one was more useful to me in the long run, but this one, I did my due diligence and I tried really hard to make this one work. If I hadn't been in such pain, I probably would have wore this one the whole time, other than the one day in Universal. But to go back, I would probably only take this one to save space, and this wasn't that bad at all. I think I ended up bringing this one back on the airplane. I packed the little one, so I ended up finishing the rest of the vacation out with the little bag. So if sling bags don't bother you, that is a perfect bag. If you're on resort and you can send things back to your room, that sling bag is perfect. It's Red Rock Canyon. You can look at all their different options and stuff. I think both of these are Red Rock Canyon, and that's a perfect bag if you're comfortable with sling bags. If you're not comfortable with sling bags and you're not used to them like I'm not, then you're gonna want to stay with two straps and go with something like this, which is what I'll do. And that's the only reason I'm gonna pick this bag over the sling bag, is I'm just not comfortable enough with a sling bag. But overall, both bags were great. It's just I did not feel well to handle that bag, and then with the pillow and the neck problems, it only compounded other issues. So yeah, I think I covered everything. So thank you again to James for your video request. Hopefully that covered everything that you were hoping that I would. If not, let me know. I will either do another video, or I will comment and answer any questions that you have. If anyone else has questions or requests, let me know. Drop comments below and I will do my best to get to them. My computer's being a little bit rude. That's why I haven't been posting the videos as quickly as I was hoping. I hope I have a solution coming in the mail Monday or Tuesday. So it's been kind of a slow week for for posting videos because my computer's being a jerk. But yeah, so suitcases and backpacks. I'm gonna go with Dakine on the suitcase, but that's just because that's my baby. That's actually my suitcase versus the box suitcases, my mom's. I'm gonna go with the gray 2-strap Red Rock Canyon backpack versus the Sling Bag, but that's just because I'm used to 2 straps versus a sling, and I was having a lot of neck trouble, neck pain and headaches and stuff. But when I was wearing it and I wasn't having neck trouble, it was perfect for what I was using it for. If you like sling bags and you're staying on resort, this bag is the one that I would recommend you check out. If you're not a sling bag fan, then I would check something like this out. It was perfect for what I was wanting to do with it, and I didn't overpack. It wasn't very heavy. I was quite proud of myself. We did a lot of sending things back to the resort, and that worked perfect. I don't think we're ever gonna not stay on resort again, because that is the way to go. It was so much easier. I would recommend that to anybody. The convenience was off the charts. It was just so much easier to be right there and hop on a bus and go than to get up and drive to a park and then get on the tram and then get to the buses. And I mean, that alone is a headache. And then to be able to send your packages back to the desk and then go get them when you have a chance, like, that was amazing. That almost alone is worth it. So but yeah, again, if you have any requests, let me know. I've got day 1, the travel day, posted. I'm gonna try to get this one up as soon as I can, as long as my computer will be nice. And then I've still got day 2 through 9 to go. I'm gonna try to do this pretty much all in one day. I've got 3 unboxings to do, and then we'll see how much my computer will allow me to do. But I've got a bunch of stuff coming, so I'm not gonna bombard the channel, so I'm gonna kind of trickle them out. But yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep up and check out my travel stuff and my unboxings and everything else that's coming up here in the next several weeks. And yeah, like, just come hang out with me. Have any other questions or requests? Drop me a comment in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.